Okay, I want to say hi again, guys. It's another video here with me, Richard. How are you doing, guys? I hope you're all doing well. I'm just setting the camera up, my phone camera. I'm going to do some training on the bag now, okay, on the punch bag. I'm just setting up my camera, getting the best angle there. In fact, the best camera angle I can probably give you. Yeah, recently I've been doing some good training and I've really been enjoying it, to say. The reason why I've got no top on is because it's hot, obviously, when I'm working out, and it's not to show off any muscles. I don't have like a physique or like to show off as such. Gloves, MMA gloves, I wear them because they're comfortable and they're good for training, but it's not because I like MMA or anything. No, I prefer traditional martial arts, which really work, because the problem is people nowadays, they don't know that. They just see some demos or bad demonstrations of traditional martial arts time and time again, and they think that that is traditional martial arts and they put it down. But I'm not an MMA guy or a fan of that, you know, because I live for the traditional martial arts. But I do have a background in kickboxing too, and I think good basic kickboxing is good to train. I'm not great, but I just know a few basics. I trained for 3 years hardcore kickboxing when I was younger, and but most of my life I just practiced kung fu systems, as well as some karate. I started out with karate when I was younger. I do like other arts like Aikido, which I've not actually studied, but I can see the practicality in it, where other people can't, but I think it's a good art. You know, and I like a lot of different things. But anyway, yeah, I've got a pair of shorts on today. I'm wearing a pair of army camouflage shorts. These are just a pair of shorts I've had for quite a while now. Just wearing them because they're comfortable to wear, okay? It's not to, I'm trying to be flash, some kind of MMA style, ooh, you know, ego and all this and boxing. I'm not saying all MMA people are like that, but a lot of it, fuck me, man, wake up, man. But look, I'm just wearing these because they're comfortable, and yeah, fair enough, army, man. Warrior. But yeah, I'm going to go in. I'm going to go on the bag now, okay? I'm not actually this tall, I'm standing on my bed. I lose my head as well. So I'm going to go on the bag now. Okay, as I say, I do edit these videos, like, you know, I've just finished a full workout. I'm just going to basically go on the bag, do a bit of light training on the bag. When I say light, I mean like, I'm not going to go all out heavy duty, because I'm just doing a little bit for the afternoon, for this afternoon, to get it in. Otherwise, when I come back late tonight, I'll have no time. And that's what I'm trying to say to people about trying to work your time so you can get your workouts in whenever, you know. I've finished doing my stretching for today. I've done a full stretch workout before making this video, and I could easily say, okay, let's just go to have a shower, have something to eat. I've not had my lunch yet, it's nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's gone 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. I could say to myself, fine, you know, I'll come back tonight after my stuff, when I come home late in the night, and get the, you know, get a workout in on the bag. But rather than have to do that, because it's going to be late, I'm just going to do some now. Get on with it, okay? So you see what I mean about working things in. So I'm going to work some techniques now, okay? In this video, I'm just going to keep it raw, okay? Pretty rough, okay? Now sometimes you'll see in my videos, quite often, you'll see cuts where it cuts from one movement to, let's say I'll be here, then I might be standing over here or doing another move or something. The reason that is because sometimes, you know, when I'm hitting the bag will move along, it moves about, it's a freestanding bag. So, you know, when I hit with a lot of power or I keep hitting, sometimes the bag will move around. So I have to go and I have to move and reposition the bag. And so I cut those parts out so you can just see the action there. You know, I'm talking too much now. I want to say thanks for watching, okay, this video, any of my videos, and let's do this, okay? So we're going to get into this. I'll do a few combos. So I like to, in this video what I'll do is I'll just talk to you and show you a few moves that I like to do. Before I do that, I want to loosen up my wrist a bit. Okay, but yeah, I like to do jabs, crosses and hooks. Now it's a really weird thing, because recently, like when it comes to hooks, okay, I've actually taught this as well. When you do hook punches, to turn your fist over, like you can punch like this, but you can also turn the fist over. You know, and me personally, I've noticed that when I'm actually punching, rather than punching around like this, which is actually feels good to punch like it, you know, to turn the hand over, like the same as when you do a jab punch, a jab across, or when you're turning over like this, so the palm is facing down. That's a good way to punch, but when you do a swing punch, I prefer to keep it straight. The movement feels better to turn it around like this and go over like that around. But when I actually punch, I find that sometimes, it depends how you feel, how you land it and how you work it, but for me, I don't think it feels as good. Now, you know, a friend of mine, Demsley, hi Demsley, if you're watching, he brought up a point where if you have your hand like this, and when you do the swing, so if you put your hand like in the swing position, and your palm's facing you, right, in the fist position, it activates that bicep muscle. Whereas if you have it this way, see, normally with the palm facing down, there. When you turn your hand up like that, you see it activates like the muscle a bit. It does something there to the bicep, and I think he said that someone apparently said that, I don't know, waste of energy or something. So they'd rather have their palm down, I think. Excuse me if I'm wrong when I say that, but I've been told about both punching ways, but you know what? I just feel better. I feel better doing it that way with the palm facing, and that activates that. Yeah, but I feel it's okay. You whip it and you get the power. You get good power in there from the motion. So we're going to get on with the moves now. Sorry, I keep talking. You know, in this video, I'm just going to show you a few moves that I like to do. Okay, just going through them, not going over the top, just going through them. A few moves, you know, just showing you what I like to do in training. Okay. Quite busy today. I got messages from people on my phone, my other phone. This phone I'm using to make this is my old phone, but I just use it as a camera, you know. And the other one I use as a camera too, but it's like, you know, more. But it's like that one's a phone, you know. That I always take with me. And me, I've got no time for people. I've got no time for nonsense and stuff. I don't live on my phone like some people, you know. Anyway, all these apps and stuff, I don't do all that, you know. I don't use social media like stuff like that on my phone anyway. I use the computer to do stuff like watching videos and editing stuff, you know. Anyway, the phone's just like a quick way of like, I've got an app on there, I talk to people, but you know, just like the work stuff I have to or whatever they're doing, you know what I'm saying, and like, you know, again, making videos, you know. That's why I do it. Okay, so let's get on with this again. So basically, being light on your toes, being normal, obviously you can bend your knees and all that, and get into stances, which is a good thing to do, with bending your knees when you're fighting, you know. But make sure you're loosened up and stuff, you know. Loosened up, nice and loosened up and ready. You know, I'm a fanatic about stretching and being flexible and that, you know. But what you do is, you know, you get the jabs, jabbing off the lead hand, jab, cross, you got the jab punch, okay, the lead hand, a cross off the backhand, and a hook where you're coming around, like this, around from either hand, hooking around, and you can hook to the body or the head. And when you do jabs, of course you can jab to the body or cross to the body too. And just your guard up. So when I'm doing the guard, you know, you're going to always have a guard, okay? You can have a low guard, you know, a low guard, that's almost like a karate in here, so a low guard. It'd be like a low hand here, see? So you're guarding it always, or a high guard up here for your size. Some people like to touch their ear like this, I don't like that. Or just putting it up in front of you. Your hands are in front, guarding, or body on the side a bit. One in front and one at the back. See? And you can always parry or block against any hands that are coming either this side, down, up. See? This hand also blocking against swings, low, whatever. Low down like that as well. Excuse me. Low, you know, as well. And then working through, so your jab, cross, hook thing. You can do your back fist, your hammer fist, you know, low back fist also, or hammer fist. Chops to the neck, chops coming in, or to the side, or low ones. You know, for striking, you're blocking with your forearms, blocking, and coming in. This can emphasise blocking against someone's arm, and lifting the arm up and then hitting. I'm going against it, see? Going to the outside, hitting the gut, opening up, coming in this side, see? And I do like punches where I go straight as well. I like to do the straight punch, like Wing Chun punch. But I might block up here, see, or here, twisting out, and hit. I might hit on the angle with like the fist, palm facing it up almost here, see, there's a fist on the angle diagonally. I'm working the waist in and just changing my stance as I go, see? I'm standing from left to right naturally on the balls of the feet, and then lifting the heels up naturally as I go, turning. You wouldn't always be flat-footed, but there are times you will. You can do palm strikes, of course, and things like that. They work better without gloves on, but you know. And elbow strikes and things like that. Elbows coming into the sides or to the front elbow. The same also, you can do hammer fist or chops. You can do chops coming to the front, also straight on the front there. Front, see? And go. Forearm strikes, again, the same sort of thing. When you're coming in, come into them, see? Or underneath, like Taiji, for example. Striking, you might grab the arm and hit over there or come on top. Yeah, so you've got forearm strikes coming in this way as well. Things like ridge hand strikes that we do in traditional martial art too. And I find all the different movements, like hitting the sides and stuff, even just slapping, they kind of work you, they line up your moves, so to speak. They line them up. So when you're blocking a hand, they're helping me line up my centre. And we can do knees and things to the sides there, to the middle. Front kick with the whole bottom part of the foot, or the heel, or the ball of the foot, pulling the toe back. Side kicks with the knife edge of the foot on the knife edge, like a chop almost like a palm on the side there. If you go this way with the bottom part of the foot, you can do that to the heel. Roundhouse kicks. Some people like to kick with the shins. I don't like it, to be honest with you. But you know, kicking with the top part of the foot, bringing the toes down is what I usually do. Going in. Turn the hip, you know, most of the kicking, what we do, the power comes from the core. So we're moving our upper body and guarding with our knees, protecting against our opponent's lower attacks anyway. They're not leaving your groin open. Bending your knees, your elbows are here to protect, and your forearms to protect your body here, or the sides, as well as your hands are. Because we don't always wait for the person to come in that close. We can block with our hands and stop before he comes. It looks fancy. But I mean, it does work, and some people don't understand. If you train it like anything, block and come in, rather than stay here, block, and then come in always back and go. Just stop it and come in, stop his arms and come in. You know? Now, when you're doing it, I say you can block with your knees and shins and all that, and your forearms. But what I'm trying to say is, okay, backhand, open backhand, with the elbow points as well. Like different thing to say, like the elbow, you have the flat part of the elbow, the arm here, to come in to strike, or there. You've also got on any angle, up, back, whatever it's going to be, that. And you've also got the flat, the pointy part, which we don't always use, but it's there, the pointy part, if you're going like that. Okay, all there, things like that, up to the jaw, over, coming over. You know, and that can kind of like cut across there, or it can point in, or you're using the flat part, as I say, to slam that in. I like to do those. You see like people like Tony Jardine on the back, elbow going down to the top of the head, things like that. You get someone down and then strike down there, things like that. Blocking up high like this, and you can block and then hit with your elbow to the jaw, or go low and hit up to the body there. Palms can still come out, don't forget. You can emphasise things like this too by standing here, just hitting your hand. Either side. Notice how I'm lifting the ball up on the back of that foot, lifting the heel up off the ground on that back foot. I'm turning this one, same similar thing, or just keep it flat, working different things. So you see this in like Muay Thai, you see it in Wing Chun as well. You've got shoulder bumps and things as well. You know, a lot of different techniques you can use. Your thighs, everything can be used to fight. Yeah, so front kicks, roundhouse kicks, as I say, when you kick round, you're bringing your knee. When you do a front kick, you bring your knee up and snap it out. There are also front kicks where you keep your toes down and you snap it out like this. And you kick to the groin, let's say, you know, you kick up like that. I'm just stretching my leg, hold on. Oh, okay. And you bring the knee up, and you flick it out like that. Front leg or back leg, working it off, you know. Roundhouse kicks are similar, but you turn you turn the other foot that way, you bring the hips round, try and keep based, bend your knees, turn your hips, turn that round with your knee first, going up and across, horizontal, and then whip that out. And you're going to kick low to the legs, middle to the body then, or high to the head. Now some people say you should always have your guard up. Some people are saying you shouldn't lean back, it looks fancy, keep your body straight, and go into it, keep your guard up. Some people say, however, that when you do it, you should bring your other hand down for power as you do it. I do this sometimes, but bring power or not, I don't know, it depends on how you see it, but the hand goes down as you kick like this. Whereas if you have your hands up, they say it's kind of like compromising the power. I don't know how they think that. Another reason why people do lean back when they do a kick, okay, off either leg, is to avoid getting hit. You see Bill Superfoot Wallace, famous kickboxer, legendary kickboxer, he was someone who always did that, you know, lean back a lot of time. The sever, he'll do certain moves, he'll hit them up high, he'll do a few hits high, the opponent will block high, they'll get used to blocking high, 1, 2, and when they come to 3, he won't do anything, they'll do a flick, a fade, the person will go to block, and he throws a surprise low kick. But he also leans back, so in case they throw a counter punch, he's leaning out of the way there. But you don't want to lean too far out of the way that you're off balance, and you want to keep your back leg bent for some base as you kick also. Okay, now you can do other kicks like shooting your leg in too, like from the back leg here, shooting in on the foot on the angle and just coming in or up and then out. Okay, and you can do that to the. Excuse me, I'm just stretching my leg. Hold on. I'm saying you can do that to the body or the groin or the legs. Okay. So I'm standing here, I shoot in from the back leg, see? So I'm set up from the front leg to do a side kick. Rather than coming straight like this, I'm going to go and turn my foot out slightly here. And you can do that as you're coming in, you can block. You know, he might be coming to hit me, I might block his hands down, I block the hand across. Go in here, slap it in, like really kick it, of course, like football, or come to the groin or to the gut. But you don't want to lean back too much, you see, you want to make sure you're coming in. You might grab his hand, go for a back fist or something, or just parry his 2 hands away as you go. You might parry, do a side kick. You might go to punch me, I may block his hand, for a slow side kick, and then that one. So 1, 2, looking at your opponent obviously. Working those roundhouse kicks. I don't have much space in here because of these cupboards and stuff. You know, but to show you, usually when you do a roundhouse kick, you like sometimes you step slightly off to the angle, so you put in the direction that kick's going to go in. So I go that way and then slam it in. See, go that way a little bit off the line and then bring that. Rather than being straight on and always doing it like that. And the thing about changing stances as well is it's very easy just to change stances, see, like dancing almost, see, 1, 2, 1, 2, see, 1, 2, 1, 2, boom, see, I can kick and come back and then now I'm in this stance, so either way. So I like to do a lot of low to midsection roundhouse kicks when I want to set up punches. I do high ones as well, you know, but this is what I like to do, as I say, so jab, cross. I find myself to be somewhat a southpaw. I don't know, I just don't think so. I like to train both sides. I don't bullshit around and say, oh, I'm one side or the other, because you should be trying to train to be good at both sides, right? But it's like, I find myself sort of trying, like, I feel comfortable when I'm on the left more, punching. Not in society, the left, no. But when I'm doing, I respect all people, but when I'm here, left side, 1, 2, 3, say 1, 2, 3, let's say that with the left jab, lead jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, hook, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, roundhouse kick maybe, and roundhouse kick, roundhouse kick, jab, cross, jab, roundhouse kick, step through, spinning backwards if you want. Or any of those kicks, see, so Even from here, jab, cross, jab, bam, throw that, shoot that, and I'm parrying, imagining I'm parrying. I could do an outer block here, or just here, block against two, see? Or parry that, do a roundhouse kick, see? Low, and then roundhouse, low, see? Or even front, and then roundhouse, but that's a bit rough, awkward to do. And again, you can mix it up with punches and elbows, you know. So, you know, punch, elbow, see? Punch, punch, elbow off the lead. Punch, punch, elbow, see? Or punch, punch, elbow, see? Or the other side, even. Parry that hand, parry his hand, and knee him. But that's going to be a bit of a different thing. But again, you can, same sort of thing though, go to the other that angle and go in, see? Of course you can do higher ones and all that stuff, and fancy ones and higher kicks and that, of course you can. You know. I like to kick high, some people don't, you know. But whatever I do, I kick with the, I like to do Wing Chun obviously too, as I say. I'm saying I like to, whatever I do, I like to kick with the feet, I don't kick with the shins. Now I just did a hook kick just now, which is with the back of the heel. But if you want to do a reverse roundhouse kick, on same thing for both, high, middle, low, middle or high, you can kick with the bottom part of the foot, the whole foot, and slap across too, like this, see? Or a hook kick is when you hit with the back of the heel. So the whole sole of the foot, when you come across, that's a reverse roundhouse. There you go again. You can do a turning one or a spinning one when you come from the back leg, see? If you want to do that. But always keep your guard up. And don't become like a spinning ballet dancer on ice and you slip over. You've got to have base. Now I might be punching here in a guard. 1, 2, 3, and then come to a low guard. So you bring my hand here, see? Shoot up jabs to the high. Shoot up jabs to the high or the midsection or to the face from a low guard. And I do like to be in a right fighting stance as well as a left. It just depends on the situation. You've got to move with the fight and the opponent in your mind when you're training as well, you know. And you throw the kicks in. And you try and work a good balance between your punches and kicks, you know. Until you just feel comfortable with certain techniques. That feels good. Jab, jab, cross. So jab, jab, cross, hook, roundhouse. You know? And set yourself on a high hook, lower midsection roundhouse. I do like to do hooks to the body as well, and I still find myself better with being a southpaw left side. I feel. I don't know. I find my left hooks are more powerful than my right. It's really weird. I don't know. I feel I can put more bodily drive into that left hook sometimes, but right also, I think it's because recently I hurt my wrist a little bit. But I like to do both, to be honest. You know, make sure your gloves are on comfortably, you know, when you're training as well. You know. Okay. And you just go in. Set it up. Always think that's an opponent. You know? Always think it's an opponent, you know. What your distance is, blocking him. Knee. Yeah. Elbows. Work your stances, moving around as well, you know. Move around it. Don't always come back, so don't always drop your guard, see. I've got a habit of doing that, I know. Sometimes it's really bad. I don't do it when I'm training other martial arts. Just jab in 1, 2, 1, 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That can be a good workout. And then body. When you go down, so you're going to punch me in the face. Unless I'm magically ducking and whoever, you know. You're going to make sure you've got a guard. Really, so when I'm going down, I want to make sure my hands are guarded, really. But you still got to come up, see? And your forearm, as you're punching, as you're punching me, forearms are still guarded, so I'm protecting against the arms. I'm not going to come back here always to take his punches to guarding and then striking. I'm going to come and punch. As I'm punching, my forearm is going to guard in like this, as I'm guarding, or from the side. His hands will be here. I'm on the inside or the outside, on the low or the high, and his hands are guarded. I'm protecting his, I'm guarding against his hands. On this side here, I can see where his hands are as I'm coming in. Not guarding and then fighting. See? So, I'm trying to stop him from attacking me by attacking him, smothering him, but as he's attacking, I'm covering his hands up. And we're in such close range, he doesn't have time to be spinning and going wild, and I'm trying to catch him in thin air, fancy. I'm using the principles of traditional martial arts, but people think I'm going to go fancy in that. That's not what I'm doing. I'm using traditional principles of martial arts. Principles of traditional martial arts. But what I'm doing is as I'm coming in, I'm stopping it, and whenever I smother him, so to speak, if he's going to then grab on, it's like a street fight brawl. At that time, then I go into my locks and things, and my Wing Chun and my sticky hands and all that. And that's when that really works, you know. Aikido locks, or whatever you're going to do, you know. Tai Chi throw, whatever. If you're good at judo, you do that, you know what I mean? That's when that works. Grabbing the arm here, Muay Thai knee, whatever. Things do work, you know. Wing Chun here, blocking. It all works, it just depends how you use it on the situation, you know. But there's some of the basic movements I like to do. Yeah. So, you know, jab, jab, cross, hook, jab, jab, cross, okay. So you jab, cross, jab, okay. Sorry, I keep getting a stiff shoulder recently, so, yeah. Sorry if I get a bit distracted with that excessive loosening up. Okay, get yourself comfortable. So I don't only like to do back fists, I like to use my whole forearm coming in to block over. So the hand's going to hit him anyway, you know. He's coming in, you know. And he's coming in. See? And I'm blocking, and the elbow's right there, the hand's right there, the elbow's ready to block my body there. I'm coming with my Wing Chun, whatever. It's all there, chopping, so hit, block up, karate, whatever I'm doing, Muay Thai. And you get like different kinds of Muay Thai, like Thai boxing, like Mainai Muay Thai, I can't pronounce it, it's a kind of Muay Thai they do. And that's really good. People would say that very traditional, or like, oh, it's very fancy, but I think it's really good, you know. Take a lot of inspiration from things like that as well. Where rolling in and you've got different kinds of techniques and blocking techniques of traditional martial arts, you know. Doesn't mean you can't be a boxer and not train traditional martial arts. You can be a boxer even and do traditional martial arts and work the skills in. And be a good boxer as well and train your boxing. You know. Blocking, see? Block, 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 block. So I'm blocking here, block, block, and then punch, punch. Block, block, punch, 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 block, block, okay. Watch your punches, low blocks in. Punch, punch, boom, boom. See, come in. When it wobbles, I hate it. I have to try and keep it straight there. But it's part of the training. Extra training, but I find the lower area here is more solid. It depends. Giving gut shots in. You can practice combinations, or you can practice that trying to get that power shots for that one punch to make it work, make it solid and accurate to the body shot. Hook, see? Working that, just strengthen, to connect your muscles in one. You're wasting it, see? 1, 2, 1, 2. Low swing, high swing. Low swing, high swing, high swing. Low swing, high swing, high swing, high swing, low swing. It's like low swing. So 1, 2. Just go in there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Just back and forth. 2. I like that jab cross, low swing. Jab cross, low hook. I mean, the hook's tighter than a swing. The swing will be more like big, right, like that. The hook is like close. See, body shot. Up as we can go in to the body there. Go straight through your opponent. Straight through his body. The elbow strikes in close. Block him, see, block him. I feel I'm probably better at doing hooks off the left hand, I feel. I'm just analysing what I'm doing here, you know. Whether it's the delivery, or maybe the just the delivery of it, or the positioning of my wrist. But you study what you do. My jabs aren't too bad with the right hand. See, I keep resorting back to the left stance, but I change my guard a lot. So I want to emphasise training both sides, you know. So we're getting a good session in anyway for this video. A bit more power now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so getting those swings in, making sure you're nice and loosened up. See? Swings, hooks. So I keep saying swing, I mean hook. I like the hooks, see? Jab, cross, hook. I like the jabs. Love the jab. I love not only coming back, but I like to just set them up like 1, 2, come back halfway and back. 1, 2, 3. Slightly higher, and back to a guard, see, blocking whatever it's going to do, see, blocking here, see, blocking here, blocking here, swing, see, block, swing, blocking here, or coming in, see, body shot here, see, take the arm away, hit with this one, take the arm away, hit with this one, knee strike, whatever it's going to be, block that low kick there, distance here, go in the chop backwards. Jab, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, cross, jab, cross, hook. I am working those jab, hooks in, jab, hook, jab, jab, hook, jab, hook, jab, hooks in, body, same thing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, same combination, jab, cross, hook, on the lower body also, see. Then work it up and down, and then mix them up. Work your stance work. And you feel your power when your technique starts to work better. You know. Okay. And then the kicks, you can work, as I say, into it and set yourself up more even. Kicks simply more easy to do, depends who you are, but so yeah, just stuck my palm out there, chops it back. Work goes into holding it, work them techniques. The whole idea is to work your power as well. A chop, block, see, be fast, moving in and out, see? Get that body movement in, you know? Okay, thanks for watching, take care now. I'll see you in the next video. In the next video I'm just going to do training by myself and I won't talk, alright? Take care and I'll see you again soon. Thanks, train hard and stay safe. Thanks for watching.